All right, B, so I want to talk about dealing with the ego, because I know a lot of people. I was actually trying to find some questions for you to answer, and I saw somebody talking about he has trouble letting things go. And whether that's in an argument with his girlfriend or, a coworker. And then it was funny enough, a couple of days after that, I wrote it down to ask you, and then I saw a video. Do you know who Ryan Clark is?
No.
Okay, he was a football player. Lauren, he played for Pittsburgh? I thought he was a Hall of Famer. Anyways, he has a podcast, and he was talking about how one time when he was in the locker room, there was some other player where he got in an argument with him, whatever, and the player, I guess, essentially punked him, and he was the bigger person. Ryan was like, I'm not fighting this dude, whatever. He went out with his boys, and they went to have a drink, and he was like, it was bothering me all night. Like, I was like, man, I should have. He's like, I literally went back to go and try and find that guy, because I had to, like, almost like, he didn't say get his manhood back, but he was like, I just had to like finish it.
Right.
And so anyways, he was talking about how sometimes being the bigger person like feels like a heart attack sometimes. Like, it's just so hard to do. And I wanted to ask you how you've been able to combat that, because you're a human being.
Yeah.
You have feelings and people have done you wrong. And I'm just curious on how you've been able to defeat that.
Here's what I've learned in my time. When you hold on to things, you're actually punishing yourself more than the other person, because now it's holding you mental captive, emotional captive. The things that you want to do, if you're going to go have a good workout, it's going to be a mediocre workout because you're still thinking about, this guy disrespected me, or they said something that rubbed me the wrong way. So you're noodling on it the whole time. If you're going out with your honey, you're still thinking about that thing that happened, right? You're holding on to it. You can't let go. Or if you had the argument with your honey, now, how many days into that relationship, you keep coming home to her, day 2, day 3, day 4, you're still sour about it. Now, is there times that you're like, hey, this is a hill I'm willing to die on, not literally die on, but an argument that I'm willing to have, right? Hey, there might be. Maybe it's because of your honor, right? Or your right and wrong or whatever. But most things, if we are holding on to it, it's because we're letting our ego get the best of us. And our ego always wants to feel right. Our pride makes us want to feel like we were not disrespected, that I need to win my respect back, get my masculinity back. When in reality, all you're doing is, if you know that person's a dipshit and they rubbed you the wrong way, they disrespected you, they said something that was untrue, the faster you can let go, the faster you're no longer being held captive and hostage by these thoughts and feelings and memories, right? But it takes a high level of personal discipline to get there. So the younger version of me would go around holding on to things, whether it was if I had a fight with a girlfriend, or if some dude I felt like disrespected me, I'd find a way to like get him back. In the meantime, between the time I felt disrespected and the time I got him back, I would hold on to that for days, making myself miserable, holding myself hostage. And then when you go to get them back, whether you get into a verbal argument or a physical argument or a physical fight, what if things go sideways and you get stabbed, shot? What if you ruin your reputation because today everyone's filming everything and now you look like a dumb shit, right? We just talked about someone that we know who's kind of, I guess infamous on social media, end up beating the shit out of someone in the gym, and now his reputation is pretty tarnished, all because he made a bad decision based on how he felt disrespected, and he could have de-escalated that. So all this to say that the more we hold on to things, the more we end up punishing ourselves and the people that we love. Are there times to die on a hill? Are there times to stand up for yourself? Absolutely. But it's probably a small percentage of the time. Most of the time, just let go, move on. And if you're not going to think about it in 5 years, don't think about it in the next 5 minutes. Hey guys, quick interruption to the Bedros Keuilian Show. I took some time to go to the local juice stores here in town, and I bought all these different ginger, turmeric, and wellness shots. Now, they range anywhere from $3.69 all the way to $4.05. And to be honest with you, they all suck. Why? Because they do not have anywhere near the wonderful ingredients of the Truline Wellness Shot. First of all, to build your immune system and keep your immune system strong, Truline Wellness Shot is packed with vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, and also to help you fight off inflammation Nutrition. It is packed with turmeric, ginger, and black pepper. And to keep you hydrated, Truly Wellness Shots have sodium, potassium, and magnesium. This is the ultimate morning supplement. Just take one packet, pour it in 4 ounces of water, and shoot it, and you're good to go. Best of all, $1.69 per packet instead of twice the price of those other inferior ones. I want you to get 50% off your first 30-day supply. So go to Trulian.com, use my name Bedros, and you can get 50% off plus free shipping, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and $1 gets donated to Shriners Children's Hospital. Best of all, if you like the Trulian Wellness Shots, and I know you will, like thousands of other people who are part of the Trulian tribe, every month we'll send you a new supply at 20% off, free shipping. So go to Trulian.com, use my name Bedros, and get your 50% discount code before it goes away. Back to the show.
Have you ever been able to, because now speaking specifically to the man's experience, because I've obviously never been a woman, so I don't know if women ever deal with this, at least to the same degree as men do. Like we have a lot of, when it comes to respect, we that's probably the biggest thing, the most important thing,
right?
Or lack thereof when it comes to men and how we feel like we should be treated. Have you ever felt like where you were in a place where you were almost like seeing red, where you're like, I don't know if I'm coming back from this, like I'm about to handle this right here, and you were able to pull yourself out of it?
Yes. Yes, I have. And I could think of several times, both in relationship and typically when something like that happens, it's not like just accidental on the street where someone just cuts you off and you're seeing red. Like we talked about a time when I was in the car with the family, the kids were really small, and this guy was tailgating me. He was flashing his lights at me, and I rolled down my window once we pulled up to the intersection, and he was next to me, and I rolled down my window and I was like, what is your guys' problem? And I was looking to get in a fight, not forgetting the fact that my family's in the car with me, right? That was a bonehead move because I'm willing to put myself at risk, but I got 2 babies in the back, right? Got the wife in the car. Like, what am I doing? And so that was a bonehead move where I was seeing red and I completely discounted my family's safety, not realizing these are probably like just young knuckleheads who are trying to get to a place and they think like, I just need this guy in front of me to go faster. But I chose to feel disrespected. I chose to feel insulted. And then I chose to try and make it right. While also have my family with me. Bad idea. Whereas I can think of times, similar times, both in relationship and out in life, where I was seeing red and I'm like, is this a hill I'm willing to die on right now? That's all you have to ask yourself. Like, is this gonna be something that I care about 2 months from now, 2 years from now? And if the answer is no, go take a walk, go work out, go get some sunlight, and I promise you, you'll feel better for it because you won the mental battle between you and some idiot. Now, I've also been in a position where I felt disrespected at home, right? And I've been like, all right, this is something that can't happen again. And we're gonna have to have a very uncomfortable conversation. I was seeing red, but I waited till I got into the yellow, not quite the green, because I'm older and wiser. Because when we're in the red, we'll say stuff to the people that we love that you'll later regret. And when words leave your mouth that cut deep, the cut will heal, but the scars will remain.
Yeah, you can't take it back.
You can't take it back. And so if I could just take an hour or two to gather my composure, go from red to orange to yellow, I could be like, hey, you disrespected me. Here's how. That can't ever happen again. Here's the consequences if it does. And then I'd be willing to follow through, right? And that's something that a man has to do because you know where the line is. Like, I just won't be disrespected by a spouse, or if you've got a girlfriend and she's constantly disrespecting you, putting you down in front of your friends, like, you better pull her aside and have a conversation with her, not calling her names or whatever, but letting her know with no uncertain terms, this could very well be the end of us.
Yeah. What about, so last point I have on this is taking you back to the situation where you were in the car, whole family's in there. What if what if someone's in a relationship where they feel like they have to respond a certain way because their, kids or their lady is with them, right? Like, they feel like if I don't speak up, I'm gonna look like a punk, or she's not gonna respect me. Like, they're almost doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw a video, I don't know if you saw this reaction, the Hawks twins, a couple of days ago, they put out a video of this dude. They said, their words, not mine, it was a white dude. And they said, the title was like, dude acts black until he gets arrested, then like turns back into a white man, right? So basically,
that's funny.
He was mouthing off to the cop. He had a certain accent. We call it a black scent. And then all of a sudden, when the cops, sprayed him, handcuffed him, he's like, hey man, like this is like, I just want to talk, whatever, right?
He turned into Lance again.
Exactly. So, but what happened was the cop was gonna give him and his girlfriend tickets. They were in separate cars.
Yeah.
So he was talking to the girlfriend first because she was in the front. The dude hops out of the car and talking to the cop like, we talking to my girlfriend like that for or whatever, and he makes an ass of himself and gets himself in trouble. So, what do you say to the person that might feel like they have to do something like that because it's like in honor of their girlfriend or their spouse or their kids, whatever?
Look, if this cop is truly speaking disrespectfully to my girl, like truly, like I can roll down the window and I can see that he's pulled her over and I'm in the car behind her and he's speaking disrespectfully to my girl, I'm going to slowly get out of the car and be like, hey, officer, can I ask you to be more polite and speak respectfully to my girlfriend because we're citizens. Yeah, we may have done something wrong, but it doesn't justify you speaking this way to us, right? That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. If he starts mouthing off to me, I'm be like, hey, can I get a captain or a sergeant here on the scene, please? Because I think you're way out of line. Like, there's going to be a place where hopefully I can, again, try and de-escalate him, all while also coming and defending her honor. But if I roll out, like, what was the term used? Start speaking Blackanese? Is that what you said? What was the term?
We can use that. No, black scent.
Black scent, right? All of a sudden, my white accent goes to a black scent or Blackanese. Can we get that term going in the African American community?
Let's get it.
Yeah, right? Then, and I'm raising my voice and I'm being an asshole to him and I'm using derogatory terms. Hey, you freaking pig! How? Right? Where's this gonna go?
Right.
I'm gonna get pepper sprayed. He's gonna call his homies, and then now in front of my lady, I'm gonna look like a dumb shit because I couldn't handle myself. Right. But the ego and the pride will have you do shit. So like that example with me in the car with the family. If I was like, man, the lady's gonna feel like, I didn't stand up for them. My kids are gonna see that I couldn't even stand up for my own honor. As I drive away, I could very simply explain to them, guys, the old version of me would have gotten a fight with them, not even giving any care or consideration about your safety. I don't know what they have. And so as I'm older, I let cooler heads prevail. Son, make sure you never put your family in a position where for your own personal respect and ego, you end up putting your family in risk. Now it becomes a lesson, right? And I bet you 99.9% of the time, they don't feel like, oh, he just got punked. We feel that in our own head.
Yeah.
We respond to that like we did get punked. Right. And before you know it, you really do get punked by some fucking teenagers who beat the shit out of you because, what do they say? The average man believes that he has 4,000% more capacity in terms of fighting in combatives than he does. 4,000%, bro.
That's crazy.
Right? Because they don't.
Yeah.
And so, but in their head, they play a video game and they're like, oh yeah, you go jab, 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 cross, and then fucking elbow drop. No, bro, that's not how it works.
It's over.
Everyone gets hurt in a fight. It's just who gets the least hurt. That's the winner. So anyways, but again, I wish I knew this stuff in my 20s and 30s. I didn't. And so I let my ego and my pride really get in the way of holding on to things and getting argumentative when I should have just walked away from it. And the next day you feel nothing.